Hello and welcome to this video on approving documents that have been routed to you. So the very first thing I want to point out on the to-do list is you're going to have a mix of items that are requesting approval as well as your own reviews if you have saved anything in draft. So you will see that in the action column. The next thing we'll notice is that we have this approved document. Now, if I only have one student that I'm supervising and my student only sends me things occasionally, I can just use my to-do list, click on that approved document link, which will open up the TIFF and allow me to go ahead and accept or reject. In this particular case, I see that the clinician started their note and didn't finish it. So I am going to go ahead and reject this and send it back to my student. I'm going to go ahead and do so, and then I'm going to say, please finish narrative, and then I can go ahead and send it back. So that comes off of my to-do list, and that goes back to the student or the supervisee that I am supervising so that they can then edit that note. When it does that, it also sends it back to them in draft status. So let's take a look at another scenario where we're using the Sign tab of your to-do list. So if your to-do list looks a lot like mine, where you have a number of items that need to be approved, perhaps you're supervising multiple staff and they're very active in sending you a lot of things to review, it's going to be much faster for you to use that Sign tab. Now, when you first click on it, it doesn't look very like there's much you can do with it. And the fact of the matter is when it's docked on your home view, it is a little bit difficult. But if we come up here into the very top right corner and we undock our widget, then what we can do is we can go ahead and maximize it. Now, for this video, if I use the maximize, it's going to go off the screen. So just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to enlarge the screen using my drop and drag. But when you're using this, you can just use that maximize icon. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that first item that needs to be reviewed. And when I do so, I will see that full note over here on the right. So I can go ahead and view this. It looks like this is a very complete narrative. I don't need any additional information from the person that I'm supervising. I'm going to click Accept in this top left window here. When I do so, it moves that note from the top to the bottom, and it automatically displays the next item for approval in my window over here. Now this one is incomplete. It's not done all the way. I need to send this back. I can do that rejection from right here. So I'm going to go ahead and reject. And when I do so, I'm going to be asked to put in my comments. So again, please complete the narrative, and these could be things like please address the presenting problem, or please address the treatment plan goal, or any of those types of things. Is that message that you want to send back to the person that you're supervising, letting them know what it is that they need to edit on that note. Go ahead and say OK. Now my widget does come back down into my package tray, so I'm going to open that back up. So at this point, I have, out of those 4 that I started with, I approved 1. It's down in my window down here. I rejected 1. It got sent back to the user. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these next 2, and this one looks good. I'm going to go ahead and accept. This next one looks good as well. I'm going to go ahead and accept. And once I have everything down in this bottom window that I'm ready to accept, I can go ahead and sign all. But before I do so, let's say you're going through these and then you have a question like, what did that say? Maybe you accepted it just as you spotted something out of the corner of your eye. You can still view the progress notes or the documents that need to be approved from this bottom window. If by chance I happen to notice something on here that I thought, ooh, no, I'm not quite ready to accept this, I can remove it from this window. It goes back up to the top, so I'm not accepting it or rejecting it at this time. I'm only going to be accepting and signing these 2 in that bottom window. Okay? Now, just for the purpose of our demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and accept all 3. And when I click Sign All, It's going to prompt me for my password, and I only have to enter in my password once for all 3 notes. So this is really a time saver when you have a number of documents that you need to approve. So once I am done signing all my documents, I'm going to go ahead and redock my widget. And then I'm going to go back to my all, which will allow me to go ahead and see my to-do list. Now, one of the things that you will notice is that I have an item that has review to do item, but the individual form is no longer a hyperlink, so I can't go into the form directly from here. And in the comments, it says document created. So what is this to do item? This is what happens when somebody has chosen to notify me that there is a final document. I don't need to sign off on it. It doesn't need my approval. It's just information from somebody that says, hey, I've finalized this document. So when you get these document created comments and you have this action review to do item, go ahead and click on that review to do item. And when you do so, it's going to just give you some basics. I want to go ahead and click on that view detail. So when I click on the view detail, it's going to bring up my document viewer. I'm going to go ahead and increase the size a little bit so I can see that a little bit better. And so what I can do is I can review this document that somebody sent me. So perhaps they needed to let me know that there's a new crisis plan or there's a new treatment plan, or maybe something significant happened over the shift and they just wanted to let me know what had happened in that progress note. I can view this information. Once I've viewed it, I'm going to go ahead and close all documents and exit. And then I'm going to click Reviewed. I'm going to submit, and this to-do item is going to come off of my to-do list. And that completes our video.